I've worked with over 500 traders one-on-one, and I'm going to tell you right now that your strategy is not the problem. I don't care if you trade TFC, ICT, SMC, right? Whatever it is, your strategy is fine. Most strategies work if you follow them, but the problem is actually you, right? The problem is discipline. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact 5 things that you need to fix right now to stop blowing your accounts and finally become consistent as a trader. Let's go. First things first, we need help with trading discipline. Okay, this is the number one word that I want you to focus on, and I want you to actually put a lot of effort into making this word important for you this year. Okay, because discipline is the only thing you actually need to become successful as a trader. You guys know my setup, you know my strategy. I don't even have to explain my strategy in this video, but what I want to explain is how to actually focus on this discipline. Okay, now first let's start off with the 4 main pillars of discipline, and the 5th one, which is actually the secret, in my opinion, to being a successful trader. The 4 main pillars are discipline in sizing, discipline in setup, discipline in emotions, and discipline in trade management. Once we can get those 4 things down, it is automatically going to be just like systematically easier, guaranteed, right? Well, the 5th one, guys, and the most important in my opinion, is going to be this core discipline. All right. Most of you guys have 0 core discipline. I'll tell you right now, most of you have 0 core discipline because you'll wake up right before the market opens, or you have, nothing that you do before the market actually opens, and that ends up being a problem for you. So what we're going to do, first thing I got to do is break down the core discipline structure. Okay. So core discipline, there's a few things that you need to do every single day. First thing you need to do is you need to have a pre-market routine, okay? Pre-market routine. And so the reason why I tell you that you need to have a pre-market routine is it's very, very important, right? Like pre-market routine is literally the number one thing that I have done to become successful as a trader. Is I do the same thing every single day. So whether that is, going for a walk, I don't feel like writing all of that. I'm just going to type in walk. We're going to type, maybe a coffee, but I suggest going outside. So maybe a workout. And then always, always, always get dressed. I mean, fully get dressed, right? Like I'll tell you guys right now, since we don't have any markets today, look, I'm rocking the pajamas, right? I'm rocking the pajamas while I'm on this video with you guys. That's because it is currently 9 o'clock in the morning and I don't have to trade. But when I do have to trade, guys, I'm not about to just sit here and not put on clothes, like I'm going to put on real clothes. I'm going to get dressed for my day. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to get, water. I don't drink coffee. So for me, I drink a lot of water. So I get my water. I go for a walk. I go for a walk with a weighted vest on. I talk about my trading for the day, right? So I pre-market journal. I do all kinds of things in the morning to get my mind ready for the day. This core discipline right here is very important. Now, it doesn't just limit to core discipline with the markets, right? It also limits to core discipline out of the market. So the reason why I say that is this also coincides with your life as well. So your pre-market routine is your pre-market routine, but you also need to have core discipline within your own life. And so the biggest thing that I say about that is work out. Shoot, we're spelling things wrong now. It's early in the morning, guys, all right? If I'm struggling, that's why. Right? We want to focus on your diet. You want to focus on working out. You want to focus on maybe, let's say you have kids. You want to focus on having a good relationship with your kids. You want to focus on doing these things that actually keep your discipline high, right? And so for me, like there's a few things that I've done, MMA being one of those, mixed martial arts. It keeps your discipline high. You work out, you do MMA, you focus on your diet. These things outside of trading make your life a whole lot better as well. Now, that's just for the core discipline, right? Next, we're going to move on to pillar number 1 for trading discipline, okay? Which I believe is going to be sizing. This is going to be the most important, okay? So I want you to even focus even more. So, when it comes to your sizing, you are having issues because of one main thing. You're too heavy, right? For the most part, if you are struggling with trading, you are most likely too heavy. Okay, too heavy. Now, this is going to be a discipline talk, right? I'm not going to tell you guys to go light, okay? This is going to be discipline talk. So if you're struggling with trading discipline and you know it, here's the easiest way to know if you're struggling with trading discipline. You have little win, little win, little win, little win, big L. Little win, medium-sized L, little win, big win, bigger L, right? Like these are the ways to know if you're struggling with discipline. If you are having massive losses that outweigh your small wins, or even, you have a good day and you have a bad day right after, or God forbid you pass a 50K account and you blow that 50K account the next day, those are all signs that you're struggling with sizing discipline. Now, sizing discipline, I'm not going to tell you guys to go light. What I am going to tell you is you need to focus on your sizing. So instead of going, oh, you need to, trade 5 micros. No. If you're genuinely struggling and you are like unable to get this down, go to 1 micro. Right? Let's say you're trading options. Cool. Go to one $50 contract. Okay, if you are genuinely struggling, you cannot figure out your sizing, or not your sizing, you can't figure out your trading. You are, every single time you take a position, it just goes against you, blah, 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 blah. It's most likely your sizing. So if you have, all these massive L's that you're taking every day, and you're realizing that I'm just like blowing myself up, I'm screwing myself over, da, 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 you need to do this. Drop to 1 micro or drop to 1 really small contract when it comes to options, and trade your system normally. Trade it every single day the exact same way you normally would. This isn't for oh guys, size light because you need to build your trade. No, this is worst case scenario. You already know you are sucking. So if you know you're sucking, then we need to put in an implementation plan, right? We need to get your discipline back. 1 micro, stop focus on making money. Okay? Stop focusing on, oh, I need this to happen, right? Trade for the process, right? Trade for the process. Do you think people who are professional bowlers, let's say, do you think that they go up every single time they go up to the lane and they go, oh my God, I really need to get this strike. I really need to hit 250 this game. I have to hit 300 this game. No, they go up and they throw the ball, right? Like they have their set system. They have their set plan. They're going to go up. They're going to throw the ball the same way every single time. It's going to hit the same curve pattern, and it's going to hit the pins the same way every time. They're not sitting there going, I gotta do this. If I don't do this, then I'm going to lose the game. But the moment that you do that is the moment that you already lose the game mentally. So this is what you need to do. Focus on this. Now, that is just the first pillar of discipline. The second pillar is going to come down to trade management. I love doing these raw classes for you guys, by the way, because I don't have anything planned. This is why I don't do these live. I don't have anything planned. So trade management. You are most likely also struggling with this. If you are undisciplined in the market and you know it, trade management can be one of the easiest things. Obviously, core discipline's important, sizing's important, management's important, but none of them have really more importance than the other if you are just undisciplined in general, right? So they all have a massive amount of discipline, or a massive amount of importance in terms of discipline. So trade management is going to be very important because we need to focus on a few things. When we're already in a trade, we need to make sure that we are not selling early, that we are not selling at, a place that isn't a stop loss. So for example, I know a lot of you guys will get caught up in this, like big candle, big candle, big candle, red candle, and then you get stopped out. and then you end up getting a green candle that continues, right? That's one of the biggest things that I've seen a lot of you guys do. Well, the way to stop this, guys, is you need to have an understanding of the word invalidation. All right, invalidation. And so, based on my strategy, based on the SOA strategy, right? What is my term of invalidation? Well, it's usually a change of character. And if you don't know what a change of character is, it's essentially when we are continuing in the same direction like this, and then we come down and we flip trend, right? This area is where I would consider a change of character. We are now flipping to wanting to go to the downside instead of the upside. That's where I consider a lot of my positions invalid. So if I'm already in a trade, I'm not going to exit that trade until we at least flip character. And so what a lot of you guys are doing is you're entering a trade, boom, 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 and then it comes down and you're like, oh, fuck, I got to get out here. Pardon my French. I'm totally going to curse on this video, by the way. Right? Like you're going to exit it here because, oh, there's a red candle. That means that it's down. Or God forbid, you enter right here and then it comes down and you're like, nope, can't do it. I'm out. Well, guys, you are doing nothing for yourself there. There's nothing there, right? We need to focus on being in this trade no matter what, unless we get our form of invalidation, okay? Let's say that you have VWAP here, for example. Well, you can set your form of invalidation below VWAP, right? You can set your point of invalidation below, let's say, a key level, right? So let's say you enter off this key level here. There should be no exit point unless you break below your key level. So you need to have that invalidation set up. On top of that, guys, your management for your trade within the actual trade itself, let's say that you're far away from it, there should be no exit until you hit a full invalidation point, which would be here, right? There's no reason to exit unless you do that, because at the end of the day, if you're struggling to trade successfully and you're struggling to hold your winners longer and you're holding your losers too long, as soon as you get that point of invalidation, it's time to exit, right? You need to focus on that. So lock in on this system. Enter your trade. Don't exit unless your trade gets invalidated, and hold all the way until the point of invalidation. That's the most important thing, right? Hold until the trade is no longer viable. And once that happens, you will start holding your trade longer. And here's what I will say. Hold. I'm not talking hold past your stop loss. I'm talking hold until your stop loss hits. You have a stop loss for a reason. A lot of you guys are exiting your trades way too early, and you have a stop loss on your chart, and you are just not focused enough. You're not holding, you're not holding all the way until your stop loss. Instead, you're getting out early. You're forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do, okay? Now, let's get to emotions next, and then we'll get to setup. Actually, let's get to setup next since we just talked about trade management. Okay, now, setup is going to be a pretty fun one. We already know what the A+ setup looks like, but you need to have discipline in your A+ setup, all right? So you need to know what your A+ looks like. For me, and for the SOA setup, you know that's going to look like a key level or an order block, or both, let's say, right? A reaction at this key level or order block. So if we have a position coming up here, we need to see a reaction at this level. A reaction that shows some type of maybe double topping or something along those lines, something that shows that we have strong willingness to either break or continue higher. So here, let's say that we end up breaking like this. We have our entry right at this point of lows, right? We already know this setup. Or let's say we're breaking through. We then want to always see a retest, and we want to see a continuation, right? So no matter what, we want to see a retest of the level. Always, always, always. So level test, or actually I can write level instead. So we want to have level, we want to have a retest, we want to have a confirmation. Oh, I'm not spelling anymore. Okay, we want to have a confirmation candle, right? If we can get a level test, a level retest, and a confirmation candle, and always with the trend, which is number 1 actually, trading with the trend, have a level test, have a level retest, and a confirmation candle. Those are the 4 things you have to do, guys. It's very simple. And the 5th one actually is always just add one more confluence, right? And what I mean by that is it could be fibs, it could be VWAP, it could be EMAs. Always add another confluence. So you have yourselves your trend, you know your level, you know your retest, you have your confirmation candle. Add one more thing, right? And so once you get this TFC, this always comes down to TFC, right? So trend, level, retest, and confirmation candle. That is exactly what TFC is, right? Trend, failure, continuation. Then we have one more confluence. This is the A plus SOA setup, right? We know this setup. And if you are not full mentorship members, because let's say you got put on the wait list or you didn't get accepted into the full mentorship, reapply for the mentorship, because the mentorship spots are now open and we may be able to get you in now. And if you are really struggling with your setup, or you're struggling with actually understanding a strategy that is profitable and consistent over time, I've done this with hundreds of students, so I want you to do this as well, okay? Now, let's go to the last one, which is going to be emotions, which is typically my favorite, okay? Emotions. Right, so emotions are pretty important. We've talked about a couple different areas here, but emotions are very important. And the reason why they're important is because they kind of control us, right? They kind of control us when we're in the market. Control. Big word. Big important word. Who here has the control? Is it you, or is it the little demon inside of you that's telling you to full port your positions, right? It's most likely you. Okay, so what needs to happen here to fix your emotions? I don't even have to go in depth on like who has this issue. It's most likely most of you that are struggling, right? To fix this, you need to have stops in place. I'm talking daily stops. I'm talking maybe position-based stops. No matter what, right? You always need to have stops in place. So for me, let's say I just hit a funded account. I'm going to have a max stop loss of $250 per trade. And this is aggressive, by the way, right? This is an aggressive trade. So I have a max loss of $500 per day. That gives me 4 days to be fully incorrect, right? Like that's really, really risky, but I've been doing this for a while, guys. Like that's why I have this kind of risk. So if you're struggling, max out the amount of days that you're allowed to lose. So maybe give yourself a minus $100 per day stop loss with futures, right? Trade micros. This would give you 20 days of life of losing in a row. And once you hit this max stop loss for the day, stop. I'm talking turn off your computer, all right? You will always have the market the next day. You will always have the market the day after that. And you will always have the market the day after that. So what you need to focus on is making sure that you keep yourself alive. Stop worrying about trying to make money. Instead, you need to worry about survival. You need to worry about actually being a successful trader the next day and the next day and the next day. So every single day, I want you to put these things into play, these full stops into play that literally show, okay, if I hit negative 250 on the day, my computer will literally blow itself up. I'm done for the day, right? That's what you need to do, because this is the big part of the emotions discipline that we're failing on. So focus on those things for that. And guys, once you have all this done, you can see we just created a huge little map here of core discipline, trade management discipline, sizing discipline, emotion discipline, and setup discipline. Once you have these 5 things, it comes down to one main thing, which is following the plan. We have a game plan. On live every single day, guys, I show you the game plan. So all you have to do is stick to the SOA setup, stick to your proper sizing plan, stick to your emotions, and stick to your trade management. You see how that relates to these 4 things? Boom, 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 boom. Just stick to these 4 things, and your life and your trading life becomes very consistent. So look, I just gave you the entire framework: core discipline, sizing, setup, emotions, trade management, 5 things. And if you can get these 5 things under control, then your trading will change completely. But here's the thing. Knowing this and actually doing it every single day are 2 completely different things. And that's exactly why I built the mentorship program that you just watched this class from. It's me in your ear every single day, making sure that you're actually following the plan. And I've done this with over 500 people. The ones who go through the full thing, they don't just learn what to do, they learn how to actually do it consistently. And so if that sounds like you, well, first link in the description, fill out an application, and I only take 10 people per month. So if you're actually serious, you should definitely do it now. It's first come, first serve. With that being said, adios everybody. Goodbye.